Hi, welcome to Goddess Flow, the mini practice. Let's get started. Before we start, let's begin with our affirmation. Bring your hands to your heart center wherever you are. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Repeat these words with me. I am beautiful. I create beautiful things. I am a creator. Blink your eyes open and come to a tabletop position on your mat. Bring your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees under your hips, and your feet out and back of your knees. Spread your fingers wide with your index fingers pointed toward the front of the mat. Inhale, arch your back, look forward. And exhale, round your back, look toward your belly button. Inhale forward, letting your heart shine through those shoulders. And exhale, press your hands and your knees into the mat away from you as you round your back. Inhale again forward, looking up a little bit higher. And exhale, round your back. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, press your toes into the mat as you lift your knees and your hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Since this is our first downward facing dog of the day, let's make sure of this practice, let's make sure we have a good setup. Look forward at your hands. Make sure your fingers are spread wide and your index fingers are pointed toward the front of the mat. Rotate your elbows in and up, shoulders down away from your knees. Lift your heels, bend your knees, press your hips up into the sky, and then start to bring your heels down to the mat as you work on straightening those knees. Keep a slight bend in your knees to avoid hyperextension. And breathe here. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, rotate the ankle one direction 3 times, and then the other direction 3 times. Draw a circle with your knee one direction 3 times, and the other direction 3 times. Straighten the leg and set the foot back on the mat, coming to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips, rotate the ankle one direction 3 times, and the other direction 3 times. Draw a circle with your knee one direction 3 times, and the other direction 3 times. Extend the leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, place the foot back on the mat in downward facing dog. We're ready for our beautiful goddess flow. Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing the foot through in between your hands. Stay up on your back toes with that heel raised. Bend into your right knee. Inhale your arms up overhead, coming into crescent lunge. So here in crescent lunge, place your hands on your hips just for a minute. Rotate those hips to be squared to the front of the mat. Belly up away from that thigh. Inhale your arms back up overhead with your shoulders down away from your ears. Place the back foot on the mat, turning the toes towards the side of the mat, opening up those hips. Bring the arms out in either direction, coming into warrior 2. Settle into your warrior 2, bending into that front knee. Knee over ankle, back leg is straight with the weight in the blade edge of your foot. Arms are strong here, really activating your arms to keep them parallel to your mat. Look forward at your front middle finger. Turn both feet to face the side corners of your mat and come into a squat. Really bring those hips down. Place your hands on your thighs, just above your knees, and press your knees out a little bit, really opening up those hips as you come into this squat, and bring your arms up into a goddess pose. I got a 90-degree angle in my elbow. Palms are facing up. Straighten the knees. Turn the right toes to face the side of the mat. The left toes turn towards the back of the mat. Bend into warrior 2. Exhale your hands down to your mat. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's do all that on the other side. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Rise up into crescent lunge. Keep that back heel lifted to really activate that back leg. So you don't want it just kind of sitting there. You really want to feel that back leg engaged. Turn your hips towards the front of the room. Belly away from that thigh again. And arms are strong here. Just like in Warrior 2, your arms are activated. You feel those muscles working in your arms. Rotate the right leg or the right foot towards the side of the mat. Come into Warrior 2. So this leg is straight. Front leg is bent. Bend a little deeper into that front leg. Torso is away from that thigh. My arms are strong here. My gaze is centered on my front middle finger. Turn both feet to face the side corners of your mat. Come into your goddess. And hold this. Squat a little deeper. Really feel your hips open up here. Straighten your knees. Turn your right foot towards the front of the mat. As the back foot, that left foot turns towards the side. Come into your Warrior 2, bending into that right knee. Windmill your arms down to the mat. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's add on, shall we? Inhale your right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Rise up into crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Goddess pose. Warrior 2 at the back of the mat. Straighten the left knee. Lean forward as far as you can and rotate the arms down. Bring this left hand on your shin, on your foot, or the mat, or if you have a block, you can rest it up on the block. Open up your chest here. Look up at your right hand extended toward the ceiling, keeping your spine straight here. So think about stretching that spine long and really opening up, twisting through your hips, your waist. Right hand comes down. Bend a little bit into this left knee and inhale your left arm up to the sky. Really twisting, feeling that in your waist. Avoid pain here though, back off. If you start to round your back this way, you want to keep that spine straight. Left hand comes down. Bend into your left knee. Windmill your arms up, bringing up your right, followed by your left. Coming back to Warrior 2. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, turn your torso toward that right corner of your mat. Inhale your chest up and exhale, fold forward, bringing your left shoulder on the inside of your left knee. Continue to bend into that left knee so it doesn't change. You don't straighten it, don't back off. Continue to keep that stance that you had in Warrior 2 as you bring your hands up overhead, really feeling that in the shoulders, and slowly rise all the way back up. Warrior 2 and Goddess pose, turning both feet towards those corners of the mat. Hold. Straighten your knees, turn your left foot back towards the back of the mat as the right turns towards the side. Windmill your hands down to the mat, step back to plank, lower to chaturanga, up, downward dog. Let's do all that beautiful work on the other side. And back to your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale your left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, swing your foot through in between your hands. Rise up into crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Goddess pose. Warrior 2, back to the front of the mat. Straighten the right knee. Lean forward as far as you can. Rotate the arms down. Bring it to your shin, your foot, the mat, or if you have a block close by, grab that mat. Open up that chest, keeping that spine straight and long as you look up at your left hand extended toward the sky. Left hand comes down to the ground. Bend a little bit into that right knee. Inhale your right hand up to the sky. Keeping that spine straight, still So avoid arching up back. Keep that spine straight as you look up. Right hand comes down. Bend back into your right knee. Windmill your arms up, bringing up your left, followed by your right, warrior two. Both hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, turn toward the left corner of your mat. Inhale your chest up, and exhale, fold down, humbling your warrior here, bringing that right shoulder on the inside of your right knee. Hands up overhead, feeling that in your shoulders here. Rise all the way up, come back to warrior two. Goddess pose. Your last goddess pose. Give yourself a nice squat here, feeling your hips opening up. You give yourself a little back and forth. Straighten the knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. And take a seat on your mat. Bring your right shin in front of you. So your shin is parallel to the front of the mat. And bring your left up over your right. So we have left knee over right ankle, left ankle over right knee. If this is uncomfortable, place your left foot underneath your right thigh and your right foot underneath your left knee. If you've got shin over shin stacked, flex your feet to protect your joints. Everyone inhale, your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward, bringing your hands out in front of you as you come down, keeping that straight spine, really hinging at the hips. You want to think about hinging at the hips as you come down. So you're not rounding here. You're keeping that spine long and straight as you come down as far as you can without bending into that spine. And then let your head relax here. Walk your hands back into your shins, all the way up, and let's change our stacked legs here. So bring your left shin in front of you. You want it squared to the front of the mat. Place your right shin on top of your left. So this time we have right ankle over left knee over left ankle. Again, if this is uncomfortable, place your right foot underneath your left thigh and your left foot underneath your right knee. If you have shin stacked over shin, flex both feet. Everybody inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale as you come down, keeping that spine straight. Bring your hands down to the mat and start to walk your hands forward as you come down. Come down as far as you can with that straight spine. When you can't go any farther, relax your head. Walk your hands back in toward your shins. Bring your legs out in front of you and turn toward the front of your mat. You might need to scoot forward depending on where you're at. You want your feet close to the end of your mat or the front of your mat. Bring your legs out in front of you straight. Flex your feet. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, hinge at the hips, coming down with that straight spine. You can't come any farther. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale. And exhale, pull on your toes as you keep your toes flexed toward you, really activating the muscles in your calves and in your glutes as you come forward. Hinging at the hips, pressing your hips back one way, pulling your head toward your toes. Again, if you start to round your back off. Each time you inhale, back off a little. And as you exhale, come down a little bit more. Everybody rise all the way back up. Place your hands behind your glutes with your fingers pointed toward your glutes and your palms face down. Point your toes, press your palms into the mat, and raise your hips up, pressing your hips up, working to get your feet so the soles of your feet are flat on the mat. Really press those hips up and slowly come all the way back down. Come to your back on your mat. Hug both knees into your chest. Bring your right leg up over your left. So you're crossing at your thighs. And using your hands here, work to get your right foot around your left shin or the left calf. And be careful not to pull a muscle like I almost did. If you can't quite get it, just point your right foot here. Grab the outside of your right knee with your left hand, pull it over to the left, look toward the right, keep that right shoulder on the mat as you come into this twist and extend your right hand out to the side. Bring your knees back to center, unwind your legs, hug your knees into your chest, and place your left leg over your right. And using your hands here, get that left foot around the back of your right calf. Point both of your toes. If you can't quite get this, let the left foot come to the side of your right calf. Just point the toes. Place your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Pull it over to the right. As you look toward the left, extend that left hand out to the side and keep your left shoulder on the mat. Bring your knees back into center. Hug both knees into your chest. Let them come out wide, coming into your Shavasana. Let both feet come as wide as your mat. Bring your hands down by your side, as wide as you like. Palms face up. Adjust your shoulders as needed. Close your eyes. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Come back to your normal breathing. We'll end here in Shavasana. Before we go, let's come back to our affirmation. Say these words with me aloud. I am beautiful. I create beautiful things. I am a creator. Keep these words with you. Take them with you throughout your day or whatever time of day it is. And remember, you are beautiful. You are a creator, and you create beautiful things. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.